lights go out, the silence falls. One last laugh from the killer doll.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Hauntasm channel. Today we're taking a detailed look at the NECA Store Exclusive Bride of Chucky 10-inch Chucky action figure. This figure was originally released in 2025, and I finally decided it was time to add it to my collection. So today, we're diving deep into everything collectors want to know, from the packaging and presentation to the sculpt, paint applications, materials, and articulation. Hopefully, I will help you decide if this figure is actually worth the price and if it deserves a spot on your shelf. Let's get into it.
Well, hello, Dolly.
First, let's take a look at the packaging. Before we even open it, they did a fantastic job recreating the iconic Good Guys box from the films. For collectors who display figures in package, this is a huge selling point. The graphics immediately capture that Bride of Chucky aesthetic while staying faithful to the classic Good Guys branding. This is definitely one of those boxes that makes you think twice before opening it. Standing approximately 10 inches tall, it is significantly larger than NECA's ultimate 7-inch Chucky figures while still remaining affordable and display-friendly. The scale feels perfect for collectors wanting something more substantial without spending several $100s. There are details throughout the head sculpt, clothing, and overall proportions that really benefit from the larger format. And this figure has some nice weight to him. He feels solid. Now let's talk about what I think is the standout feature of this release, the sculpt. Every scar has impressive depth and definition. Rather than looking like simple engraved lines with paint applied over them, the stitches are fully integrated into the sculpt, with varying depths and widths that make it look as though different sections of Chucky's face have actually been sewn back together. You can even see subtle folds and tension in the skin where the stitches pull everything tight, adding another level of realism. His facial expression is spot on. The heavy brow, eyes, nose, lips, and chin all capture Chucky's sinister personality perfectly, giving him that look fans immediately recognize from the film. As for the hair, instead of molding it as one smooth, solid piece, they've sculpted individual clumps and layered strands throughout the entire head. The result is hair that has natural texture, depth, and movement from every angle, while still capturing Chucky's wild, messy hairstyle from the movie. Now, I know some collectors prefer rooted hair on larger scale figures, and you could certainly make the argument that real hair would have given this piece an even more lifelike appearance. Personally, though, I think the sculpted hair works extremely well here. It's packed with detail and maintains the character's signature look. Moving on to the paint application. The larger 10-inch scale really allows you to appreciate all of the subtle paintwork that might be easy to miss on a smaller figure. Rather than using a single flesh tone, NECA layered multiple shades across the face to create a much more lifelike appearance. You can see soft gradients and natural shading around the cheeks, forehead, jawline, and eye sockets. The stitched areas are well done. Each scar is accented with darker washes that settle naturally into the sculpt, making every cut and stitch stand out without looking overdone. Around those scars, you'll notice subtle red discoloration that gives the impression of damaged, healing skin, adding another level of realism to Chucky's reconstructed appearance. The stitches themselves are painted with excellent precision. The black thread contrasts nicely against the flesh tones, while the metallic staples are cleanly picked out with a silver finish. There are even sections where the metal plating beneath Chucky's plastic skin is visible, matching how he appears in the movie. Chucky originally begins as a standard good guy doll made of plastic, vinyl, and synthetic hair, but after being destroyed multiple times, his body is no longer just toy-grade material. When Tiffany rebuilds him, the damage exposes metal structure under the torn skin, revealing that his skull and other areas now contain reinforced metal plating. His hands are mimicking that of human hands while still remaining doll-like. His right hand also has stitching. The eyes feature a glossy finish with blue irises that gives Chucky that eerie, almost lifelike stare. The attention to detail carries over into the clothing as well. The good guy's denim overalls feature subtle washes and weathering that help them resemble worn fabric. There is the iconic good guy wording painted on the front pocket and all the good guy accessories painted throughout the overalls. His shoes feature clean paint separation with nicely sculpted good guy laces and more good guy designs on the bottom of his shoes. One thing worth pointing out is while the front features realistic looking buttons, they're sewn in place, so you cannot actually unbutton the shoulder straps. There are Velcro openings along both sides of the overalls, and the shoulder straps also attach with Velcro from the back. Once you start removing the clothing, you'll notice another level of attention to detail that I really appreciate. The upper section of the overalls has been intentionally cut to replicate the damage seen in Bride of Chucky. Underneath, the striped shirt features the same torn opening, and if you pull the shirt back, you'll find that the cut continues right into Chucky's body sculpt. The fact that they sculpted the wound underneath multiple layers of clothing shows the extra effort they put into making this figure as screen accurate as possible. There's even a small tear near the lower portion of the overalls that matches the distressed look of his outfit. It's a subtle detail, but it's another example of the care that went into recreating Chucky's appearance. Overall, the clothing fits exceptionally well. It hangs naturally on the body without looking oversized or bulky. The proportions feel just right. As for the articulation, NECA officially lists this figure as having 7 points of articulation, but after handling it, I'd actually count 9 points. You have movement at the head, both shoulders, both wrists, and both legs, which covers the main points you'll use for display posing. On top of that, each shoe also has its own point of articulation. While I don't see most collectors getting much practical use out of the moving shoes, they do articulate, so I think it's fair to count those as well. So, is it worth the asking price? If you're primarily looking for articulation and accessories, you might find more value in NECA's Ultimate figures. However, if you're looking for a larger display piece with detailed sculpting and premium paintwork, I think this exclusive delivers. And at around $70, I actually think this figure offers excellent value. But of course, as you see here, the actual full price might be around $85. Personally, I think NECA did a fantastic job with this release. The sculpt is phenomenal, the layered paint application adds a lot of realism, and the larger scale really allows all those fine details to stand out. That being said, there is one con. This Chucky does not have any accessories. What is Chucky without something to kill with? I think that this was a big miss by not having a bloody knife. But if you're a dedicated Chucky collector, or you focus on horror collectibles in general, I think this figure deserves serious consideration. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and leave a comment below letting me know what you think of this figure. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next review.
Friend till the end.